Good morning, everybody. This is our astrology weather forecast for June 16th, 2025, and there is a lot going on today. A lot of incoming solar energy, as well as multiple aspects to contend with, and some of them are more friction filled. So let's go down the list. Moon is in Aquarius until 2:09 p.m. Eastern time when it does go into Pisces, and that is a shift right away. That's a shift in the mood, in the energy there. But until that time, we do have a lot of passion to contend with and the possibility of a very sharp tongue and some other good things woven into that. It's a complex day. Sun and Chiron are sextile today, and that does become closer as the day progresses. So, along with the moon moving into Pisces and smoothing things out a little bit, we also have this sextile perfecting between the Sun and Chiron, which can help us to reclaim some of our confidence, to find the sources, the people, the community activities, the resources, the simple things, the answers that can have us experiencing a more together, holistic way of being. It restores us. It's restorative. And that's a good thing because we have some difficult things that are occurring. The moon will oppose Mars as it leaves Aquarius around 2 p.m. Eastern time. A little bit before that, the hours before that, we're already in it. And it gets in the middle of the square between Mars and Uranus, which Mercury is also now at the midpoint of. So we've had that really tense, clashy, rebellious energy that has been there over the past week. And now we have Mercury getting in the middle, and Mars is ever so much closer to the last seconds of that 29th degree in Leo. We know that there is a wobble, a punctuating force that happens when we have planets at 29 degrees. It's the anaretic degree. It does tend to signal a crisis in forward movement because anything at the 29th degree is somewhat worn out. It's an elderly planet. We consider it a planet that is almost out of steam. And so it's a force that isn't as direct or what's the word, as energetic, archetypally energetic. So at the beginning degrees, with Mars in any signs, very archetypally pure in how it expresses. It's like a baby. It's a baby planet between 0 and 10 degrees, has, a lot of exuberance and forward energy and motion. And then as we get closer to 29 degrees, we get to 28, 29 degrees, that's where we come to a planet that has developed some wisdom, some amount of experience. It's a force within us that isn't as likely to leap on impulse. And that doesn't always lend itself to some planets, such as Mars, that is the leader of impulse. That's the most archetypally pure expression of Mars, is that it happens and kind of evaporates. Things at 29 degrees, there's a consideration that does happen, bit of an introverted effect there. I think that this is a good thing in this case because we do have that close square to Uranus. It may slow us down a bit in our motion, but that can lend itself to good results. And we have this much added tension and potential to sound off in ways that may serve our need to opinionate and be right in the moment, but not serve our long term goal of whatever that might be. We can get in our own way by spouting off, is what can happen with Mercury being in such a precarious position. It's a very inflammatory potential that's happening there. So it's not a bad thing when we do have some amount of wisdom or clairvoyance where it can see where things are going. If we do haul off and give a piece of our mind, the moon in the middle of this opposing Mars, hard aspect to Uranus, punctuating this energy here, something that can bring a peak to knee jerk reactions, decisions that again may serve us in the moment, give us a point of release, for anger or energy, but it can come back to bite us in the butt pretty quickly. We've also got other good things going on though. Not only do we have that good aspect uh, from the sun to Chiron, but we have a parallel from Venus to Mars, which is such an interesting thing because communication wise, there is a lot of tension, and we can might even get into some ego wars. But there's also this other side of things where we can harmonize or equalize, maybe engage with somebody that doesn't think or feel exactly like us and be able to have some kind of rapport. So this is a weird day in that there is a lot of potential for opinionated energy, but there's also this need to connect or to dance or equalize or harmonize or cooperate with another. And so we may share some spicy or different ideas, but it doesn't have to get in the way. And the essential desire that exists there is that it shouldn't get in the way of being able to appreciate another, being able to recognize how somebody fulfills a space in our life, even if multi-layered day, but it does get a bit softer as the day goes on. I will check in with you guys later.